Welcome to my live stream. We're just getting it set up here. Been anticipating it since yesterday. I ended up going to a party instead, so there was not really as much time to prepare for it. So I decided to do it today instead. Make it a little easier. Hello, KWolf5474. Welcome to our stream. It's just gonna be a little chill Sunday night live stream. Can do it for a long time tonight because we actually don't have a school tomorrow. A little teacher in service going on, so they gave us the day off. There's been some updates to the train layout that I'll probably go over, talk about a little in the future, because as you can see in the background here behind our beautiful Broadway Limited Imports CN 5932, we got our yard up and running again, at least the A-class yard. We got some new cars in there, some of which old, they've been there. We can see a sulfuric acid tank car. We got in the back, there is a reefer right back here. And there's a couple other hoppers in here, like have one of those Bachmann EOTD hoppers that I kind of messed up, but for 15 bucks, it's not like I spent the whole money. Whole lot of money like getting it from brand new. You like that CNSD 40? Well, let me show you something that it's got. I traded a Norfolk Southern SD60 that I got from a train show for it. And it's got sound. It's equipped with sound. Now this is on DC, so the sounds are a little slower. It doesn't have horn. The lights don't work for unknown reasons. But I have the box, I have the parts that were taken out of it to make it run on DC. You can see it's got a nice idle. It's got a shutdown sequence that was randomly going on its own earlier. Not really sure why. But usually it doesn't do shutdown sequence on the controller I have it hooked up to, so it's technically DCC sound, but they made it in mind with the fact that you can take something out. It's a Broadway Limited Blue Line model here. This is the box that it came in. And it says it is DCC ready. My friend did put a DCC chip in it. And he took it out because my layout's not really set up yet for DCC, although I am looking to get a DCC set up here in the future, because the bottom layout's actually been pretty fully set up, and I actually just started working on the top layout. And the yard, I still need to finish that because I was kind of out of the foam track bed you can see in the below the track. So I just got some of that in, which I used first of all on the top layout, because I want to start to be able to get 2 trains running at once. But then I want to work on the yard in the background. And I'm just setting up a little container train. But recently, not recently, but when they held Train Fest, I bought this Norfolk Southern SD60. My friend gave me like some money, I don't know, like 60 bucks or something for a birthday gift, because my birthday was like a few days before. And at first I picked up a set of these 4 intermodal cars. They have 48 footers like this. They're really banged up. For about the price, I got them knocked down. I got the guy knocked down like $5 or so. So really, they were only like 10 bucks a piece. So I'm really not gonna complain because they work, and I'm not gonna complain because I got longer containers that I can run now. Like I believe it was from the same vendor. I picked up this, 45-foot container, an old Walters that he was selling, and this 40-foot ZIM container. See those pretty commonly here on the Waukesha sub. And he was selling them. He had a bin of some other ones that weren't really interesting to me. But he was selling them for $3 a pop, so... Oop. What happened? Sometimes, like I said, it's a little finicky to get this thing to work. Sometimes it just randomly dies. DCC locos. Yeah, I don't really know that much about DCC because, as I said earlier, it's not really something I mess around with too much because, you know, I'm just not set up for DCC yet. And I'm debating to get some of these other cars hooked up, the Aero Motor cars, because they're fun, but they do tend to derail because they're like an older Athearn, so they're pretty light. I'm not exactly sure Blue Box, they weren't in their box, they're just in some random box that I had. But one of my favorite containers, probably an old Tyco or something, is I got from the same friend who gave me this locomotive. It's a Budweiser container. And it's really subpar, if I'm going to be honest. Because even these containers I got for like $9 a piece have more detail on them than this. Yeah, I'm trying to stay close to the microphone, but I'm also walking around the layout trying to set things up. So, because of the idle stuff, it does take a little more electricity to get the thing to start moving. I can hear it's kind of starting to try and crawl. So I think I'm going to get it running with this train it's got and not really worry about the other two cars for now. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking, and thanks for joining us tonight. Was it also an SD40? From the same friend who gave me those two things I showed earlier, got this Scale Trains BNSF ES, I think ES, yeah, 44 AC Scale Trains. It's also a dummy because the E unit, not the decoder, but like the E unit that they used, burned out. So he's got all the motor and stuff at his house. And I don't really care because, you know, it's a nice locomotive. Like you can see, it's mostly there. So yeah, similar locomotive class, not the same. But I think it's just something to do with the E unit, he said. Even though it's usually an O-scale type thing, it's how they designed them. But that's not a problem because I do have another BNSF road locomotive, which I got from the train show. It is a BNSF number 791 C44-9W. It's a primer unit, sometimes referred to as a gray ghost. I kind of don't run it all that much. It's an old Blue Box. Got it with the box. I don't know. I haven't gotten a chance to crack the locomotive open. I've just been putting it around as a dummy. But I really don't know. But let me look for the box. I got the BNSF gray primer unit. It's got the box with it. Yes, it's an old Blue Box style era But it runs good. Spent some good time detailing it, getting it thrown together. It is a little noisy, but you're just gonna get that from these older, what, early 80s to late 90s era locomotives. There's just not much you can do about it, and I'm fine with that. I'm doing good tonight, Eugene. How are you doing? But I do have this other locomotive that it's a blue box. It is an SDP40 Great Northern paint that I got from a friend. I did a video repairing it a few months back, but it's been running way more problematic than it used to. So I might do a teardown video or teardown section on it later. Hello, Mac. Let's just see. I think I have some blue boxes laying around here. Here's one of my dad's great uncles. It's a locomotive dummy unit. It's in a blue box package. As you can see, it's in here now. You can see it says right there, F7A dummy. And comparing the two boxes, they are literally the same size. Yeah, I did do a little research after the fact buying it, and yeah, I did overpay for a little. Because my friend kind of said, oh, you should get that because I've never seen one of those things before. And if I've never seen it, that means you're probably never going to see one again. So, I bought it. Don't regret it too much, but... Well, my favorite train, and not in the collection I have, but in the real world, I almost bought one at a train show, at the same train show, but it was just a little beat up. And yeah, I just didn't want to spend, they were asking like $120 for it. I think it was after and ready to roll, but handrails were missing. It was just a little more than I'd be looking for. Was a Santa Fe paint B40-8W. That's my favorite GE locomotive, General Electric. But my favorite EMD, which I also do not have, but I want so bad, is a Canadian National paint SD75R. GP30s, ooh. I heard Scale Trains is doing a new one of those, if you're interested. But I am not looking to get a new Scale Trains locomotive. I cannot afford that. I could, but I don't want to spend that on one locomotive. You know, my friends, sometimes they clown on me because I like Walders. But here's my deal with that. Walders, you can't really see it, but on the way far end of my layout from here, let me actually take you over there. You can see there's my yard that I was talking about. A little messy. But I used to not have this piece right here. You can see it's taller than the trains, about 1.5 inches foam, I think. I had this old CNW-8, and I was running it around with that SP locomotive, and it was going around this way, opposite our train is going now, decoupled right under here where the bridge is. My CN ES44 pushed it, like slammed into it, and it kept going, but it like had the front of the truck derailed. And it kept going this way. The CNW was fine. It pushed off like, no, not there, like right under here. And the locomotive, the CN Gevo, went down right on the floor down there. Now, I still have, right here, same locomotive. You can see there's like some really sketchy looking stuff on the stair. That's where I re-glued the stair because the entire thing there broke. And the coupler, which I think I still have, broke. And I think this was back in March or April of... No. It was June, yeah. You're looking for one of the Rivet Counter Conrail Jeep 38, or Jeep 30s. I think my friend was looking at one of those BLI Blue Gooses. Hello, Fostoria, Ohio Model Railroad Club. Yeah, I personally have been looking at some of the Walders ones, or an Athearn Genesis one from Hiawatha Hobbies. It's about $144 to $165. The $165 is the Athearn Genesis DC. I remember that, I don't know if it may have been DCC. Although I'm not exactly sure about that. But yeah, I know Walders, some dude at the train show I went to was reselling the Walders mainline ones for like almost $250 for a Walders is still a little ridiculous, in my opinion. But the other day, so I have this family friend, she recently moved, and her husband had a ton of train stuff that she wanted gone. So a few times over the past few years, I went and bought stuff. Among that was this Baltimore and Ohio locomotive. I've dated it back to 1953, Athearn rubber band unit. I'm still working on getting it running nice, but here's the kicker. I was running it, and it was running decently. And this is the first time in maybe a year that it's been run. And one of the rubber bands decides to snap. So now the truck is off balance, and I can't run it. How long is the stream going for? It's really as long as I feel like going tonight. So it could be up until 9 p.m. And then I am definitely looking for one of those City Rail ES44s. I see them all the time. I love them, and they're just great. You know, the SD60 I traded for the CN locomotive running right now. That was a Proto 2000 Norfolk Southern, number 6633. It's off with my friend. He's gonna put DCC decoder in it, run it for who knows how long. But yeah. And I'm reading comments on my, I got a little Chromebook going over here. I've actually got two Chromebooks. The one I regularly use for school. And then this one, I'm reading chat. Oop, let's see. I just closed out of it. I'm trying to show you, I'm reading chat on here. Let's pull that back up. That was a mistake. Yeah, right here. I'm reading chat, and I've also got Virtual Railfan on, or Steel Highway, actually, not Virtual Railfan. But I'm watching them while reading chat, so just having a little fun over here tonight. Just gonna be running trains, doing all fun stuff tonight. But yeah, my one friend, we're very good friends. He's planning on taking me up to the CN Fond du Lac yard sometime, like next weekend. One time, we were getting together, I think it was like the last day of summer, right before school started. CN 3015, the vets unit, was coming through southbound on an intermodal trailing second, I believe. And I had my tripod, he did not have a tripod. So he said, dude, if you let me use your tripod, I will give you a Burlington Northern GP50. And just saying, we both caught it. And I also have a Burlington Northern Jeep 50 now. Ugh, I get that. Too much homework. Yeah, sometimes I'll check the cams. And one time I was playing games with my friends, and I checked the cams. And coming south was CN SD75 ACC, the rebuilds. It was 8301. Not that, only that, paired with GACX or GECX 2038, I believe it was. So I went out there and I caught the craziest last trip I've ever seen. Well, second craziest. Once, you say you caught CSX 1850. That's like the Western Maryland or something, right? Well, I was at my friend's house, and I checked heritage units. Yes, I have one of them, the foamers that has that. And I see 1852, actually, is on its way south. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to make it. But I decided to head up there anyways to go see it. Was it 1850? Oh yeah, no, it was 1850. I'm thinking Western Maryland for some reason. But I went out there, and I, in person, got the L&N heritage unit. It's on my YouTube channel, I think Visitor from the East or something. That's what the video's titled. Yeah, you're not wrong. That is a fun class. But you don't know fun class till you know my PE class, is all I'm going to say. Yeah, I think that thing went through Canada or something. I don't know. I am planning on releasing a video, so I think that people here will know I used to complain a lot about CN 3069, the Wisconsin Central Heritage Unit. Well, on the coldest day of the year, like negative 15 outside, one's coming through, leading CN 36 gotten home. So he takes me out there to go catch the thing. So I get to finally see it. I get a little horn show and everything. The next day, what is coming through again? Going north this time. CN 3069. And here's the funny thing. It was leading solo again. And it had the DPU. First time it came through DPU number 2806. It went down to like Bensonville, not Bensonville, Gary, Indiana. With that DPU. And now it's coming back, and it's got the same locomotive as DPU, but it's a completely different train. Oh boy, why is sound lagging? Yeah, I think it's just because I'm using my phone. Thank you, Clintonville Model Railroad. See you around. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's going on with the sound. I'm I kind of want to look into getting like a different, like a webcam, something to make the video a little nicer than just using my phone. Get some microphones all set up. It's setting. Sound is back. That's good. That's good. Yeah, something I'm starting to do is that when I'm at the train tracks, I've actually found some pretty cool stuff up there. Like, I have a brake shoe I'm not going to do much with yet. Like, I want to paint it, but it's just a little cold for that right now. But I'll take you over there anyways. Here's my little running area. Yeah, it's a mess. But I don't feel like doing much with it right now. But you can see we got the air hose I got a while ago. Got that nice and cleaned up. There's the brake shoe I want to clean up. And that's really all I've got. But here's my little setup. This is the controller I'm using. The direction switch needs to be fixed. That does not work. But I've got it wired so I'll be able to do, probably going to get a Bachmann DCC controller. Like, just something simple. Put it over here, maybe. Here we got my little industry. Box cars. Got secondhand building. Got some locomotives sitting around. The yard I showed you earlier, it's kind of just thrown together for now. Then we got our town. It's not going to be much. Probably where those locomotives are sitting, I'm going to put like a mountain. And there's going to be a little spur there that I'm probably going to throw like a tiny coal industry on. You can see the valley where the trains are running through. Got the tunnel. And we got the project stuff. This is a dummy. That's upstairs. That's a dummy. Auto racks I just don't feel like dealing with. And this flat car right here, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a broken coupler. And not just the coupler, the whole coupler mounting point is completely, like, just destroyed. It was a $7 train show fine, so not overly mad about it. And I'm not really sure what type of webcam I want to get. But yeah, I think I'm going to do some power swap. See you around, Railfan Michael. Have a good night. But I'm going to change some power off now. I'm going to stop that right there. Should do the shutdown sequence, I think. Alright, let's see. Is it going to do the shutdown or is it not? It was starting to do it, but not a huge deal. So we're going to take that off because it's getting a little warm. Let that thing cool off. And I think we're going to send a little BNSF one around the track now. So this is that ES44 I was talking about earlier. It's just a dummy, so it's free rolling. But we're going to try and run it with my Athearn Special Edition C44. Couplers are a little messed up on the Gevo, but hey, it's going to be fine. So there we go. We got the two lashed up together. And we're just going to give it some juice, see if she goes. There we go. You can already kind of hear it's a little noisier. But this one actually has a headlight, so it's nice. Oh, is it derailed? I think it's derailed. Oh, man. Derailed in the most hard to get to spot, too. I'm looking at the webcam. We got a train coming through right now. Coming through a Slinger. It's kind of weird. Because normally you hear them from where I am. About an eighth of a mile away from the track. So you're able to hear it pretty well. And it looks to be a little manifest or something going through. Ah, we're still derailed. Let's see, we'll be able to do it. Alright. Starting to cruise. We're cruising a little. Does sound like it's struggling, but it's fine. Ooh, video is lagging quite a little bit. Alright. Yeah, thing runs pretty well. For the money I paid, I'm happy with it. Although it is a little sensitive on like switches and stuff, it's just the trucks don't rotate. They're just so rigid that it just leads to having problems. And I don't like to run it too fast because I'm scared that it's gonna like derail or fall on the floor like that other one. Yeah, as mentioned before, it's still Athearn Blue Box. It's just flying around. It does just tackling over rails like it's nothing. And it's just kind of fun to come down here sometimes, not worry about, oh, what am I gonna build or what am I gonna fix. Just take what I got running, and it's fun just to slap it on a train and just run it around. Because this locomotive, due to the problems it's got, like with like I mentioned, the trucks are stiff. It's not the heaviest, so it does not always like to be run, especially not when it's just by itself. Like, I can see it's light flickering a little bit as it goes around. We're going to give it the beans. And the other thing I don't like about these blue boxes is, ooh, they stink. Something about the old motors, they just stink off the whole house. Like, it's not like a horrible smell, it's like a burning electricity. Because it's the commutator, you know. Do a little demonstration with this thing. Here's the locomotive I was talking about earlier. The shiny part in front of my finger right there. You can see it's got carbon on it. That's from the electricity. It burns on there. And that's what makes it stink. Yeah, it's fun to run things, but it's also not fun to smell what you're running. You know what I mean? Because it's just fun. But it's not fun when it's got weird smells that you don't like coming off the locomotive. If that makes any sense. So I'm actually going to move the camera location now. It's been about 35 minutes. And we're just going to pick you up like that. Take you over to my little workstation. And we'll just let the train run around while I try and do stuff with this old beat up blue box. Let's see, can we get you any closer? Yeah, right there. So I'll do my best to try and keep it in frame. But first gotta pry off these truck covers. Just sent that one flying a little farther than I want to. We're going to set that right there. Now for the other one. And we're also going to take the truck off. You can see there's two of these truck frames on here right here. That's what allows the trucks to pivot, move a little, but it keeps them from going everywhere. So we take those both off, set them there. Now we pull the drive shaft and set them over here behind the locomotive right there. And we can drop the trucks. We'll set the trucks both right there. This is what we're left with. Right here, this is our power pickup. Eventually I'm probably going to replace that because it's just not super efficient and getting old and starting to corrode. But we can set that over there. And we can take our trucks. And there's a bunch of bits of foam in them. I'm not exactly sure why the sound is cutting out. We've had experiences with these before. Not totally sure why. But now, we're going to try and carefully pry the little cover here off. Which is a lot harder than I remembered. I'm going to try and do this off camera. We're just going to run the truck so make sure there's no gunk in there. So I don't really need to take it apart. Kind of de-gunk it because a bunch of foam shavings got in here. And I'm thinking, yep, there's some getting spit out because they're like sticking to the grease. You can see truck's looking a little cleaner now. Nothing coming out anymore. We're just going to scrape that out right there. And that truck is pretty much good to go. And this one, you can see a fair amount of crap on here. Ugh. Yeah, it's been a while since I've actually kind of gotten in here. It's like July or something. I bought it off another friend in August. Fixed it, ran it, kind of ruined it, fixed it again. But there's so much foam jammed in here that it does not run properly. Like, it's supposed to be like super stupid fast. But it just does not like going fast, that is the thing. Let's see, is that good? Alright, so both those trucks are cleaned up. Take a quick look at these worm gears, make sure the bearings aren't seized. Because that's what it was originally that caused it to not run. It had seized up bearings, which all it took was some gentle, kind of gentle, forcing it to come loose, if that makes any sense. But now we're going to go look for my oil. Got me some racing oil right here. We're just going to dap that into all the bearings. that in there a bit. Do the same for this one. The wheels are probably due for a cleaning sometime soon, but we're just gonna rub that in real good. Drop a little oil into these bearings. Drop those. Now, we're gonna need the motor. Take that off. There's two bearings. One you can see right in this crack here. Get that lubed. And then one right here in between this flywheel. And now the tricky part is the commutator, so you can't really get the oil in there because it's just not big enough of a gap, and it'll cause more burning if you get the oil on there. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to slide the trucks back into place. We got little pegs in there that they sit on. You can see it's got the hole, the pivot. That's what allows the truck to actually turn instead of just being locked in place. You can see it rotates nicely. We're going to slide this drive shaft into place. Now the worst part about this is these bearings. They're not round, they're square. So they take a little more work, a little more technique to get them in there. And then these things, these covers, they snap on. You can see the drive shaft is no longer spinning on here. And that's because of the worm gear in there. So you can see that truck stays on, but this one does not. So now we're going to repeat the process on this one. You can see I've already got the truck in. Got to line up the drive shaft, which isn't too hard. It's got a little key in there to prevent it from just slipping. I gotta pull the drive shaft so that's the right length. Line those darn bearings up. Ooh, they're tricky. Where's my screwdriver at? Alright, we got that in. Now we just gotta slide this cover back on. Just like that. Ugh, my hands are covered in motor oil for these things. Come on. There we go. Oh, nope. There we go. Got her on. Now, despite looking relatively symmetrical, this thing goes on a specific way. The short one has to go on the front like that. And it just clicks. And then you take that, bend it back into place. And just like that, you've done basic maintenance on your blue box. You can see drive shafts all back together, drive systems all good. We're going to stop our little primer unit. Ooh, it just got so quiet down here. Pull those off. We're going to reattach the shell. And fun fact, this is one of the later units. Later blue box units. You can see stanchions are a little messed up. It's from a G-Scale club that my friend got it, that he used to volunteer at. So, it was kind of thrown in a box for a bunch of years. But the fun fact about these, if you know anything about the modern Genesis units, they have removable cabs. What does this one have? The removable cab. Gives you access to the light bulb without having to take the whole shell off. Now you can just, you gotta put it in like that. There's a little notch in there that it slides into. Like you can see, that's what this little circle here is for. And then these little clips here and here, they click into the window. And there, cab roof is secured. So we're gonna slam this thing down onto our intermodal. Get that thing hooked right up. And it used to have those awful horn hook couplers. Some people like them, some people don't. Here's the thing, if it's something older that can't operate without them, yes, use them. But if it's something like this, they can change them. Like these blue box locomotives, they're kind of in the era of change. So it's nice to be able to modernize the older equipment. So now we're going to see if she goes. Just like that, she's flying. Riding the rails right again. If I had to estimate, I believe that's probably 160 scale miles an hour. So she's finally back to the glory she used to be in. You can see it's in that beautiful blue and white and gray paint. And it really sticks out. Like you can see our CN's got the nice red. BNSF's got the nice orange. The Burlington Northern over in the corner there, nice green. All the railroads have their own, nice colors. Like it's not like it's not colorful industry. Like sure, there's a lot of brown and like bland colors. Like there's a lot of like take you over. You can see like sure brown color box cars. Like CN. Some of the old ones that got like repossessed, like this T-Box over here. Sure, they may not be, bright colors, but you gotta remember there's stuff like these TTX cars, the CSX and the TTJX, all bright, vibrant yellow. You can see our Canada Hopper, nice red. Even in the old days, they got this old 1920s era wood box car that's red. Over here, we have locomotives, Union Pacific yellow, CP red, CN red, BNSF orange. But we've got the Burlington Northern from that one BNSF starter set. Nice yellow. Northern Pacific green back there. We've got, where is it? Down here. We've got Conrail in this nice blue. And then we also got Burlington in red. Very nice, very nice. And you can see we got all more yellow boxed cars, and it's just a common color. It's bright, it's nice. But it's also like the box cars become easy targets for graffiti artists, Like, you think boxcar at a railroad, you're gonna know it's gonna be graffitied up. Like, there's just no doubt about it. But now now we got that thing back in order, we're gonna throw a Southern Pacific -8 on. And we're going to take all these intermodal cars off. In this set, you'll see me moving them over back on their designated track. Run them this way. And I always just throw them on this one straight track over here. Right there. They don't cause any problems. It's not an issue. And I think I'm actually going to run a little mixed train now. Gonna pull it out of the yard because it's not really set up to do the switching you see in some of those videos yet. It's gonna take me a minute to get it all, set up, able to use it. Let's see, you're on, good. We do not want those cars. But I do want to get one of those Bachmann EOTD cars because I accidentally shorted out mine and that thing poured so much smoke. Like an unhealthy amount of smoke for that thing to let out. There we go, we got our train. We got the whole yard pretty much cleared out besides for a crane and a caboose. You can see our intermodals back there sitting over there. We're gonna hook this center beam up. We just lost the coupling on the auto rack. That can just come off. Yeah, my auto racks, as much as I love them, they're just problematic to run. I can only run them really by themselves. Yeah, here, we're going to set this tripod a little wider. There we go. We got a Southern Pacific Dash 8. It's an old Walthers from like the early 2000s, late 90s era. And it pulls just fine. I've re-lubed it, cleaned it, done all the good things to it, so I treat it right and it treats me right. See, like I said, the direction is broken on this controller I've got. So we're just going to run it. We're running one direction today. You see there it is, running across the background. And actually, I am going to pair it with another locomotive. Which, ironically, also needs some work done to it. But it was my first locomotive that was my own first locomotive. Non-pre-owned by anyone else. A GP15 Walthers train line. Got this thing way back last year. Maybe 2 years ago, I don't even know anymore. But it used to be like the only thing I want to run, because my only like nicest locomotive. And it's just so much fun to run it around with a short train, not even on a big layout like this, just in a little like loop of Power Lock or Easy Track. It's just so fun to run it around like that. So we're just gonna run it with the Southern Pacific. We got a GE and an EMD lashed up, you know. If I really wanted to, I would make a longer train, but I don't see why. I'm just gonna run a short train now. Just kind of calm. A short, slow train. There's only been one train go through the rail cam so far since I last discussed it. Need to fix the headlight in the Dash 8. That's what I need to do on that thing. Yeah, we got both red signals up there. In fact, I think I might move some stuff around over here so you guys can also watch it in the background. Whoever else is watching. Because when the train's not coming, then it also just gives you something to look at when it's not right in front of you, you know, so it's not like a boring, super boring stream or anything. Oh, nope, that's not the one we wanted. Let's not watch our own stream. Set it up. We're gonna get this. All right. Set this up over here. Yeah, you lose a little bit of the view back there, but you can see. Ooh, 99 trains. What? I don't think that's right. It says 99 trains going through up there. It's a little weird. Yeah, I think I might do this. So I'm just getting over the winter, you know. It's boring, you're tired, you don't know what to do. But now it's starting to get, even for just a few days, getting a little warmer out. We are just gonna have fun, start doing more streams, hopefully get more rail fanning in. So yeah, it's about 7:57 right now. Not really sure what's with the audio. I'll try and look into that. I think we'll give it a little more speed going on this train. Two locomotives can go a little faster. Hello, Mac Miley. Welcome back. Welcome back. We're just running a short little train with some Southern Pacific and Union Pacific power. And we've also got, I also decided to put the Slinger Railcam webcam for you. So yeah, we're just relaxing. Stream's slowing down a bit, so we're just gonna run a slower train, you know. I love trains too. It's just something fun, like when you get to go out and see them. I like always just hearing them, you know, like you hear the sound of the train rumbling. You know, it's just fun. I do not sleep. I've learned to ascend above all people. I just stay up with my trains all night. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I do have to sleep. What's up, Mr. Railfan Taden? Alright, we'll do that later. Here. So yeah, this is just the Slinger Museum Depot. They got a little rail cam going on up there. You have a YouTube channel? What kind of stuff do you do? Real trains, model trains? Like a mix of the both? No heritage units. There's been, I don't know if it's true or not. It says 99 trains today. But what I've seen like 2 and or 3. Gotta charge my phone real quick. To get my phone on the charger, it's not. It was one, CN Intermodal, you know, the 1x1 consist that sucks. Oop. There we go. Alright, see you when you're back. But then there was 2 manifests that went through. I think both 1x1s. One of them had an EMD duo. One on the head end, one on the tail. Or one in the middle, I think. The last train was about 30 minutes ago. I guess we could throw some on. We don't have too much for operating power right now. I'm looking to change that. Mostly BNSF and Union Pacific stuff I got running, and some CN. Let's see, can I get some volume on here? Hello, Chase Railway. Oh. Gotta figure something out real quick, everyone. Hang on. I'm gonna get some volume going. Gotta fix something right now. There's technical difficulties. See you, Mr. Railfan Taden. Alright, I'm getting the thing back up in 1 minute. Actually, a few seconds. Good night, Wicked Iron. Alright, we got some volume going now. So we might pick up some radio chatter and such on this live stream. Yeah, some people were complaining, well, not complaining, but saying that the sound was cutting out randomly, so I don't know if something's YouTube going on with YouTube, I don't know. But yes, we were just running this train around the main level of our layout now. Watching the Steel Highway rail cam. We got the Wisconsin Southern Milwaukee sub, as it says on the right, and the CN Waukesha sub on the left. Shout out to Steel Highway if you haven't gone and subscribed to them already. Yeah, I'm mostly HO scale. I do have some N scale equipment around. I have an O scale Lionel set up in my room that I occasionally will it's just a loop of track, a locomotive, boxcar that's somewhere. And the N scale stuff, I don't have a functional locomotive. It's missing like a drive shaft or something. Something stupid that I can't find. And then, yeah, this is mostly are all DC stuff because it's still in the building process. I'm looking to get it wired for DCC too. I'm probably going to get the Bachmann DCC system. That's what I've seen most popular. Simple to use. I don't know. Don't really want to set up something too fancy for small layout like this. But yeah, if you haven't already, go check out, after this stream, check out Steel Highway rail cams. That's what I got watching right here. Yeah, I would do G-Scale. It's just a lot of that stuff's out of my price range. Like, even some of the stuff I have, I think, is a little bit overpriced. But the thing I could just never get behind is like T or Z scale. That's like half then or less than half then. N scale, that's just a little ridiculous. Like, I could have gotten behind doing N scale for this layout. Like, I could have made so much more usable space. It would be great. And yeah. Yeah, I've been looking at the Bachmann controllers the most. Those ones are definitely what I want to get for a DCC controller. I use throttle pack. I'm using a throttle pack for this main layout here for the DC. The upper layout's powered by a dual pack Model Rectifier Corporation thing. They're both Model Rectifier Corp. One is a dual pack. It's just got 2 controllers. And the one is a throttle pack. It's just a 1 controller thing. And yeah. My old layout that I had before this used to be powered by, what was it? What are they called? Lifelike power. The things you'd hook your lifelike trains up to. Those little blue box ones. You know what I mean. And my original intent was to use one of these Autopulse Momentum 1s, which would be nice if I could get it hooked in. But yeah. You know, I have this old locomotive that I got. It's a blue box. It's an SDP 40. And there's this one place, the Shade Lane Nursery. It's like a tree plant thing. They use like greenhouse. But they also have the largest, I think it's the largest G-scale display in the Midwest. Like, largest indoor G-scale display or something. My friend used to volunteer there, and they gave him a box full of this old, like, blue box and stuff. So yeah, I fixed that up earlier on stream, actually. It was running a little rough, so I decided, why not crack it open for a few minutes, see if I can deal with it. And she runs pretty good now. It's a flyer, and it could be a plane if it was. It would be a great plane, because that thing flies around the layout. I'm glad that YouTube finally made it optional to stream horizontal without having to go into advanced settings instead of being forced to do the vertical. It just makes the whole thing just so much greater. Just makes it, because it's just easier to do it horizontal because you can get a wider view. It's cut-offs on the screen on the sides. Yeah, our locomotives are running nice. They're cruising around the layout without problem. just a chill night. It's just fun to be model railroader for this reason. You get to have fun, run trains slowly. You don't always have to run them fast. I will run. Actually, I think I will right now. Put this one at full throttle. You can hear the click as it goes. Yeah, this used to be a derailment, very derailment prone layout. My Walthers ES44AC once went off the edge due to a derailment. I fixed it. It needs some updates, or some upgrades. Like the motor's a little smelly, like a blue box locomotive now. But once I get it all tuned up, I'll start running that again. Probably not on this stream. But one time, the first locomotive, or the first time my Gevo derailed horribly, it was because of the CNW-8 wide cab I had from a friend that derailed. The train hit it, went off the edge because of it. Then my friend decided to run it as a DPU with one of his CN-9s he had just bought. The old blue box ones that are worth like a ton of money now. His locomotive is on the edge of my table, about an inch away. Like, the thing is like partially hanging over the edge. Had there not been the little inch of foam on the side of the track, his locomotive would have gone over. That CNW locomotive, he took it with him. I think it's cursed. I always warned him it would cause derailments with the CN locomotives, particularly a General Electric wide cab. It's been proven that it does that so far. So, yeah, he can have it back. So yeah, last night I was trying to set up the Chromebook I've got here. The newer Bachmann Proto 2001 brass. I did used to have a Proto 2000 SD60, which I traded for a BLI SD40 in CN paint. Beautiful locomotive. It's DC sound. I think I'm actually going to put it on now. Well, once the train gets back. But yeah, the locomotive was nice while I had it. It was Norfolk Southern 6633. But I traded it for my SD40. And I'm actually really happy with that. Let's take these two off the track now. Sneaking on by. It's a little tight with the tripod and my stool where I got it. But it's the CN North America logo. And it's got the little startup sound. It's got idle. It's Broadway Limited. Now, I don't see SD40s in my area enough to make me happy. I've had a couple go through. Like, sometimes the Wisconsin Southern train will hit through the CN Waukesha sub. And you'll see them on there. But yeah. Yeah, I have a lot of Tyco stuff and lifelike stuff that I kind of want to get rid of so I can get some newer, more modern equipment in here. Like, I even have some old Athearn stuff, like, not even blue box, but like back in the rubber band era days. I've got some of those laying around from like 1953. There we go. We got that running now. Currently 8:15, it looks like. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. But it says there's been 99 trains today. That's a little high. The only Tyco stuff I have that I don't want to get rid of is my Spirit of 76. I have a first generation Spirit of 76 locomotive, which is worth like a fair amount of money. And even some of the Tyco stuff I have some old Tyco lifelike stuff that I actually want to, instead of getting rid of, do a little practice detailing on and like potentially use in some of my trains, because some of it's actually pretty worthwhile using. Alright, yeah, from a family friend, I got this N-to-M crane. Athearn ready to roll. It's missing the car the little car that it hangs over. But I'm actually fine with that because I really don't care all that much. Because, you know, it's nice. It's nice. It's got all metal wheels. It's got the ready to roll couplers. All the ropes are intact on top. It's all adjustable, so I adjusted it so it rides nicely under like my tunnels, because my tunnels can barely fit double stacks. And earlier I had a problem. One of my cars kept rubbing on the top of the tunnel. Not something overly fond of. So I gotta fix the tunnel a bit. But it runs, it'll accommodate any other rolling stock, like high cubes, reefers, center beam flats. It'll take that stuff without problem. Yeah, some lifelikes I've got are worth decent money. I've got this Bachmann, or not Bachmann, lifelike Conrail, the old F unit. I've got that in the boxcar. I have a friend who has a spare one of the cabooses that he's gonna send me. So yeah, I'd have a whole Conrail set. I know those are worth a little bit more. Yeah, I wonder when the next train's coming through Slinger. Looks like we've got, what is that, a green signal? Probably gonna be heading my way, actually. Oh, is that a headlight? Oh, nope, that was just a glitch in the screen. Never mind. Yeah, I really do enjoy these webcams because they can, this gives me like, this is like 8 miles away from me, so I can get a heads up of anything coming south that I might want to see. Yeah, my friends always used to say that the Lifelike Conrail was worth decent money. I don't know, I haven't personally researched it. But one of the things I want to do soon is get all the like automatic switches hooked up to my layout, so I can start doing switching ops. You know, it's fun to do switching, but I have a 2-person operation right now, or I have to get up from my controls, go to the other side of the layout, flip the switch, and then I have to go uncouple the cars I don't want. It would just be quicker if I could have, you know, the automatic switchers. Yeah, most Lifelike and Tyco stuff usually goes for like less than $5. And seeing as I got it in a lot of stuff that we paid a total of $30 for, we got some stuff I still use, but so it was a lot of Tyco stuff that I gave to a friend. I had a chance to buy one of the cabooses, but the problem was it was kind of junk. Like, it was missing the entire underside. Like, it was just a shell of the Conrail caboose. So nothing I'd be overly interested in. Yeah, it's been almost an hour since the last train went through. They usually go through every hour 15 minutes. Yeah, it's nice. I got this Chromebook for my sister, so I'm able to. Sometimes I'll use it to read chat, like when I can't. But now I'm just using it to watch the rail cam. Yeah, I don't do too much with Lionel. Like, I do have like one O-scale train set from them that I didn't even have the track for. So I just kind of ran it on, I bought some Menards track for it, a whole loop of that. And I'll sometimes run it in my room, but it is a little noisy compared to HO. That's what I've found. I've heard mixed reviews of the Lionel stuff. Like, I know they're coming out with a new run of those Berks, but they look like phenomenal. And I would buy one, but $700 for an HO scale Berkshire is a little steep for me. Yeah. I have one of those little HO scale trucks with like the little, it's like the Caterpillar. I got the black one with the excavator. I know they sell some HO scale stuff. So I got that. I think I have the box for it right here. Oh boy. I bumped the power switch for that. So yeah, it's these die-cast masters. I have this one right here. I really did want this Peterbilt, but I just didn't really want to get like the weird bulldozer. Cause I thought that they should put the biggest thing like with the biggest truck. I'm not sure that's what it was. I heard like something around $700 for their new Berks. And I know you can go on like Amazon and like see there's a bunch of Bachmann stuff on there. Honestly, I really would like to pick up one of those SD60s that they have with the wide cab. You know what I mean? The Walthers Mainline SD60s. I'm kind of torn between Canadian Pacific or Union Pacific or Burlington Northern Santa Fe. I kind of want the Burlington Northern Santa Fe one because I just like the green and I think it would look great. Like two of them slapped together, running around the top of my layout. I think that would look great in the Cascade green. So you can see it in the top, like middle left. You can see I have one of the green beans sitting over there. It's a Blue Box GP50. It's a locomotive I like a lot because it looks nice with my BNSF GP40, the Bachmann one from the one train set. it just keeps breaking couplers. Hello, Thomas's Trains. Welcome to our stream. Right now we're just running a little CN manifest around and watching our Slinger Rail Cam up in Slinger, Wisconsin. In O scale or HO scale, or what size? Probably 8 or O, if I'm guessing right. If I had to guess, yeah. This is all HO scale you see here. I have some N scale stuff that I've been meaning to do stuff with, and I have an O scale loop. It's like an old starter set. Can't remember the number off the top of my head. But it's the New York Central 442 Atlantic with the whistle tender, and it's got like a green New York Central boxcar, or New Haven boxcar, I think. And it's got the red caboose. That's the only O scale I've got, along with some Menards track. I see we got maybe 9 people up in the audience, or just dropped to 6 actually. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think my dad got it from, I think he said Habitat for Humanity or something. Back in, like, I don't know, 2000? Something way back then. He got it. It kind of just sat untouched until I decided to finally get some O-scale track to run it. So, yeah. Not really do much with it, but I can run it in a loop. About how many inches long would you suggest, like, would you say it is? Because a Mohawk is, don't exactly remember the wheel arrangement, but I know it's a larger locomotive. Ooh, almost been 1 hour since the last train went through. And how heavy would you say it is? Like, a rough ballpark, if you had to guess. £30. I'm assuming that's an all-brass model then. My heaviest locomotive is a Scale Trains ES44 right here. It's a dummy unit, so it doesn't even have the motor and like decoder, and if I had to guess, it's probably like 2 or 3 pounds maybe. I don't know. But it's a heavy locomotive. And it's a dummy, so it's often towed along. It's not really pushed, but that thing adds a ton of weight to the train. So sometimes I have to run like 2 or 3 locomotives with it. Oop. I don't know if you just caught that, but our signal changed to green on the left signal. Yeah, this SD40 is a Broadway limited imports. It is from my friend, and it is DC sound, not DCC. And it's okay for what it is. I mean, sure the sounds are a little slow on it, but I can't complain because I mean, it's just a great locomotive. It's got the sounds. It does idle too. It's a little squeaky. You can hear it. Yeah, I don't know what Broadway Limited uses. We'll run that a little slower like that. Let me go check the box, see what it says. I'll be back. Yeah, well, I'm not really familiar. Yeah, I don't really know what it's got for decoder sounds or whatever, but it's a plug-and-play system, so that's why. Yeah, it's nice. It runs. Yeah, and I wish more of my stuff was made in the USA. Like, all the Walthers mainline I've got, made in China. All Bachmann. But, ironically, my Walther... Or is it the mainline? I don't know. But my Walthers, I think it's the train line made in the USA. Even this BLI locomotive is made in China. Ugh. It would just be nice if not so many things were made in China nowadays, you know? I don't really have a huge problem with it. It just, you don't see much, like, American-made products. And, you know, it'd be more fun, like, yeah, I like supporting the American businesses, but yeah. Nice. So, I'm assuming it was, like, a set that you got, not just the locomotive? Very nice, very nice. I remember last Christmas, I got in a huge box. It had a ton of blue box locomotives, couple Tyco things, and upstairs I still have the entire Milwaukee Road set. It's not any old normal Milwaukee Road set. It's those ones that were painted to look like Union Pacific's trains because they ran on some stretch of UP rail or something. So it looks like Union Pacific passenger cars, but on the side they say the Milwaukee Road. I don't run them too much because they're light. So I run them on like Power Lock track, Easy Track. And now I'm wondering, when is this next train gonna be? We've been watching it for, let's see, since like past three trains or something. Yeah, I don't know when this next train's gonna be, but usually I've averaged it out. They come every about hour 15 minutes or so. So that would imply it's been 1 hour 6 minutes. So we should have a train next soon, like 9 minutes hopefully. I'll run our trains a little slower now. So yeah, I'm probably not going to continue to stream too much longer. Maybe till like after the next train or something. Yeah, speaking of next train, by the time this next pass comes around, I'm going to stop it. And I'm going to throw probably my SP on. Throw our SP locomotive on. Nice. Yeah, I sometimes will go out and collect railroad spikes, and one of them, it's up in my room right now. I don't really want to go get it. But I painted it gold, just like that one air hose I have. For those of you who are new, I have, let me grab it, an air hose that I found up in Fond du Lac. Got the whole hose. Wonder why they threw it out, you know. Don't think it could have been from the massive gaping hole on the side. You can kind of see, yeah, I can see why they threw it off to the side. But I brought it home, cleaned her up, painted her to look nice. It's got the glad hand. It still had the original seal in there. Let's put that back up there. And then I have a brake shoe, which is to be worked on. Probably going to just paint the metal so it doesn't rust into 1,000 billion gazillion pieces. But yeah. Let's put that there. Get those two hooked up. And there we got an SP rolling now. Yeah, out in our backyard we have, I think that's from this Waukesha sub that I'm on. It is a tie plate and about a 1 foot section of rail that I kind of want to get and put down here in my little model railroad area, you know. Make it look like it's kind of just like a little collection of stuff. There we go. We got a nice slow Southern Pacific train rolling through. Waiting for our next, presumably southbound. I only have one rusted spike down here right now. And there's really only one reason I took it. We have a ton of them out in the garage. But here's this one I found. You can kind of see why I took it. It's all twisted. Pretty cool. And it's kind of cool. There's a giant chunk taken out of the corner there. It's the only one I've got down here now, but it's kind of cool seeing how something's that's like a half-inch piece of steel could get twisted so easily. It's kind of cool, but also kind of scary when it shows how much power these things have. Put that up on the railroad shelf now. Hello, Darth Vader 22. I know we have some of those clips in our garage too. I'm kind of thinking about grabbing one or there's the old ones and by me. It's just so many of them are buried in the dirt. It's not logical to take them now because it's ground's frozen. But some of them are up top, and there's a second brake shoe I kind of want to take. You know, I love how it's like garbage to the railroad, but to anyone, a bunch of other people, it's just cool. Yeah, the Waukesha sub, if I'm not mistaken, is part of the CN, like Super Freight Highway or something. That goes, the track itself goes like all the way down to Louisiana and then up through Canada. So it's kind of cool to have some of the stuff, you know. So yeah, it's just nice slow night. Probably gonna leave this consist running around for rest of the stream. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I want to get a shelf put up there instead, because there's like no shelf where I've got all my stuff. It's just kind of a ledge, really. And yeah, get all my railroad artifact stuff, like the tie. I want to get the tie plate and stuff. Ooh. I see lights moving around. Is that headlights? Or is that just from a car? But yeah, I've never really looked too closely what's around up there. Like, there's a cap from a tank car that's been laying up there for forever. Oh yeah, we're still going. We're just 10 hairpin spikes. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, we're just running some trains around, having some slower stuff tonight. Yeah, something I really want to try and get is, since the CN Waukesha sub is old Sioux Line territory, they have all those poles up there. I want to try and get one of the resistors or whatever, the little glass things that are up top. I want to try and get a few of them for my collection. And some guy who actually lives like 2 houses down from the railroad track somehow got one of those old poles and made his mailbox out of it. So his mailbox is made out of one of those, like, the poles that you always see along the Sioux Line territory. It's pretty cool. Yeah, the glass insulators, yeah. There's some of them that are really cracked and beat up on the ground that I just don't want to take. And then there's some random junk laying around, like there's old LED headlight, or not headlight, but like that could potentially be off some sort of locomotive. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of junk. Like my friend told me, that somewhere up near Fond du Lac, there is an entire coupler just like sitting up there, which I think is pretty cool. Like there's the entire coupler. I think they broke like the back part of the shank or something. So the whole thing is up there. I think I also do have part of a knuckle out in our garage that I took. What I want to get. Nice, nice. But yeah, what I want to get is a horn or like a bell. Like, it's just a small collection I have, but it'd be nice to, have stuff like a e-bell and like a horn or something. Even like an old mechanical bell off one of the railroad crossings. Like, 'cause I think it would be kind of cool, Because not many people actually can say they own a mechanical railroad crossing bell. I remember one time my dad found one floating around Facebook Marketplace, like $125 some he wanted. Would have been cool to get. One of our cars appears to be squealing. You're talking all these special railroad spikes, and I'm going to be honest, I really only know the generic, like, basic spikes and stuff. Just, hammer them down, hopefully they stay in, that kind of spike. I really want to get a nice computer sometime so I can run ATCS monitor. Get that hooked up. That'd be nice. We're still waiting on our train to come. Oh. Yeah, sometime this summer, I might, just walk around, see what cool things I can find, Because it's the Waukesha sub, so since it's part of CN's Super Freight Highway, as it's known, it's got... Oh, is that our train? Yeah, since the Waukesha sub is part of the Super Freight Highway, there's tons and oh, we finally got some radio chatter. Let's get that a little louder. But yeah, there's tons of spikes. Not spikes, ties laying everywhere. Hello, Nolan. Just getting some radio chatter on our stream here. Yeah, we're running a train and we got the Slinger, Wisconsin rail cam up. It is 36 out. It's not terrible. 36 out and overcast, though. We should have a train coming along here, hopefully soon. Just heard some radio chatter, so I turned up the volume on it a little bit. I do have steamers, just none of which are in running order. One of them's an old 040 by Lima. That thing, it just doesn't run. I don't know what's up with it. I have some old Mantuas that are missing screws on the running gear, so I can't use them. Is that in like Wisconsin, like somewhere in northern Wisconsin or something? Oh yeah, I can show you the full main line. We'll just move it. So here's our industry. Track goes around there. Goes through a tunnel, you can't see it. But lift you way up high, you can kind of see the curve over there. You can see our train on the main line. Valley. Oh. Ah, Kentucky. Guys, we got our train coming. We got our train coming. See? Thank you. Got the little icon there. Our train's finally coming. A few minutes. Yeah. There's a couple EMDs that went through. I'm gonna say it's gonna be an intermodal. I do actually have both in CN paint. Oh, there's like a cat running across the screen. Can you see that? Like right there? There's something moving, like a cat or a fox or something. Alright, let's see. There we go, there we go. There's no passenger that goes through here. This is the CN Waukesha sub up in Slinger. Oop, it sounds like we got train. ET44 and a -9. Is that an ES44? I couldn't tell. Looks to be a mixed train. Mixed or a potash. Looks like a potash. There might be a dual. Nope, mixed. Well, we got some steel coils there. Some tanks. Center beam. Some more coils, a hopper. Flat cars. .36 miles an hour we're doing. Oh, more bulkheads. Oh, BTIC box cars. So we got the CN rolling through us. There's CN and Wisconsin Southern. Oh, that was a shorty. The shorty. That was a short one. Well, that looks like that was the 100th train of the day, too. Wow. CN's really been stepping up the game today. Hello, BNSF Rail fan. Been quite a while, actually, since I think you were in one of our streams. It's been a while since we actually even did a stream, too. Just missed it. We had a train go through. You know, back in June, July, CSX 1850 went through. It went through second, trailing on the CN. So I went out and caught that. It's somewhere on my channel. It is under the title, I think, Visitor from the East. It had a CN leader, 1850, and then CSX-9. Yep, the L&M. And you know, it's funny. A while back, I actually saw this guy drive by. Yep, that's our Southern Pacific Dash 8. Yep. Walters, yep. But, what was I saying? Backtrack. Nah, I forgot. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really looking. I want to get, for my next locomotive, either a BNSF SD60 in the Cascade green paint, like the Walters one, or what was it? City Rail ES44 AC, or 100th anniversary CM. My friend, I think he's got the daylight. Yeah, I'm just getting back into, doing these live streams. It's my first one since July, I think. I fixed up my C430s for the 4th of July. Yeah, my friend, he was in here, Mr. Railfan Taden. He's got 3 big boys, I think, 2 of which run. He's got a bunch of other random steam locomotives. Yeah, there's no, like, switches really super close to me that, I would be anywhere. But this summer, I think I'm gonna try and get out and walk along the Waukesha sub, like, just a little bit, and see if I can find any cool railroad garbage, if that makes sense, 'Cause, there's no shortage of spikes. But where it does get interesting is sometimes you find, like, a brake shoe. My friend tries to say that they're everywhere, but I've found, like, 2 brake shoes, one of which I have in my little collection now. But, see what other cool stuff I could find. 'Cause, I found the air hose. That would be kind of cool if I could find a second one. So it would be easier to make a demonstrating video how, like, an air hose works. It'd be cool to find, like, part of a knuckle. Because I do know where there's a whole knuckle. Rough area. Like, the whole, like, coupler. I think they broke a shank. I know this one guy. We met at the CP Holiday train. He said he used to work for the railroad, and he knew these 2 guys who got in a BNLE, like, SD38, and they took it on a joyride from, like, Sussex or Waukesha or something all the way up to Fond du Lac. And that's when the horn valve got stuck open, so they had to abandon it. And he said one time, or no, he knows where, not the coupler itself, but he knows where an entire coupler shank is. Like, the entire, like, 5-inch thick shank is, like, on the side of the track by an old CNW line. Pretty cool. So yeah, no, I have part of a knuckle that's sitting out in our garage. Oop. I don't have any knuckle pins. I think my friend does have one that's snapped in half. Yeah, I'm just gonna, I don't really ever walk along the train tracks that much. I never have. We used to, like, when we were looking for spikes. But this summer I might do that. Might walk around, see what I can find. I found air hose up near Fond du Lac. Like, Highway 165 or something. 165D. I know I will grab some of those track pins. Cause, like, the old track clamps, there's new ones and old ones that are sitting out there. And I want to try and get that rail from our backyard. Cause I think that would look pretty cool. Put some, like a train, like a model train up on it on display. Well, I think it's getting late around here. It's like, well, what would that be? 2 hours? It's like 9 o'clock here now or something. So, I'd like to say thank you all for sticking around, and hopefully see you in the next live stream. Thank you for joining, and hope you check out some of my other content in the future.